As the tranquil night descended, enveloping the vast expanse of several thousand hectares of the Momo hydroelectric reservoir, the center of the operation was illuminated by rows of high-pressure floodlights, transforming the area into a vibrant construction site. The workers' emotions were at their peak, and they were eagerly awaiting the results. The earlier afternoon's boisterous laughter and chatter had vanished. Instead, there is intense concentration, where all eyes are focused on the sonar screen, displaying dense blocks of color moving incessantly 5 meters below the surface. At the bottom of the deep lake, where the water pressure feels like 1,000 pounds, a completely different world exists. It is the home of schools of fish that have gathered through many flood seasons, through countless natural growth cycles. We dived in dense masses, inadvertently or intentionally forming a grand target for the historic net. The master fishermen, with their experience gained from hundreds of relaxation sessions, could read the fish's thoughts simply by observing the movement of sound waves on the screen. They knew when they were in a frenzy, when they were moving with the stormy current, and most importantly, the golden moment to tighten the fateful encirclement. The command was transmitted sharply over the radio, tearing through the night mist rising from the cool, calm water. Immediately, the rumbling of powerful machinery erupted, drowning out even the howling wind through the surrounding mountains. The network, constructed using millions of ultra-durable synthetic fibers, interwoven like a labyrinth, began to move under precise human control. Each inch of the net sank deep into the water, carrying with it the hope. This work demands millimeter-perfect coordination between the pilot boats and the main tugboats. Just one twist or turn of the swirling current can create a net or sweep away the entire system. Professional divers equipped with specialized diving gear and oxygen tanks strapped to their backs stand ready on small pieces of rubber debris, prepared to plunge into the murky water at any moment to check if the nets are entangled with ancient tree stumps. The danger always lurked beneath the deep water, yet they didn't take a single step. For them, the river and lake were not just a habitat, but an integral part of their being, a benevolent mother nurturing generations of their family. And then, the moment of truth arrived. After hours of maneuvering to narrow the encirclement, when the distance between the net edges was only a few hundred meters, the reaction from the depths began to surge back to the surface. Then, gradually, the water surface began to boil furiously, as if tens of thousands of flames were cooking at the bottom. Thousands of fishtails thrashed violently, creating rapid, rushing sounds that echoed throughout a vast area. Millions of water jets splashed into the air under the dazzling spotlights, reflecting numerous sparkling rays of light like millions of pearls falling onto the still lake surface. The scene at that moment truly surpassed the imagination of anyone witnessing the architecture for the first time. The enormous mass of fish weighed down the nets, bending under the crane's pull. Cheers erupted everywhere, drowning out the sound of the engine. People embraced each other on the deck, their handshakes firm, the smell of sweat mingling with the scent of tears of happiness streaming down their cheeks. A whole year of hard work. As the first rays of the new day began to pierce through the pearly mist in the east, brilliantly illuminating the now softening lake, the warship completed the task of transferring the entire catch of fish into its designated hold. Looking back at the battlefield where they had toiled all night, everyone was exhausted, their eyes glistening with lack of sleep. Yet each man's gaze was filled with the passion for the hard work. They had proven themselves to be the clearly The percentage of successful fishing today not only brings valuable economic benefits, creating jobs and a stable income for hundreds of fishing families, but it also remains a vibrant symbol of the fusion of traditional fishing culture with modern technology. The story of the legendary night of net hauling will be passed down through generations, becoming a source of pride for children born and raised by the Mother River. And every season, when the lake water rises, the sun rose higher, its golden rays casting shimmering reflections across the distant mountain peaks, illuminating the lake's surface like a raised platform. The long night, filled with anticipation, tension, and exhaustion, now officially gave way to a glorious summer morning, where the fruits of 100 tons of catch were fully displayed before the eyes of hundreds of people waiting on both banks of the river. The atmosphere was no longer the tense. On the command ship's rings, the horse-drawn carriages long. Resounding neighs echoed across the sky, a welcoming greeting to the new day. A triumphant song celebrating the strength of collective labor. Seen from above, the fishing fleet lay close together like vibrant flower friends in the middle of the lake, enveloping the last remaining nets that still held a small amount of fish. The pristine white carp, the healthy, glossy black grass carp, This work demands the highest level of speed. The hydraulic lifting system works tirelessly, continuously lowering bulky bags of fish into the mountain of fish, allowing tons of fish to be unloaded in batches during the time it takes for large transport ships to arrive. Amidst the bustling crowd, hands move swiftly, sorting, arranging, and freezing the freshly caught fish. Sweat still clings to the eyebrows and shoulders of the sun-drenched fishermen. But on their lips bloomed radiant, contented smiles. All the victories, the sleepless nights spent watching the water, The immense pressure from the depths vanished, giving way to the ultimate joy of a historic, bountiful harvest. When the last ship, anchored in relaxation, left the fishing grounds to sail downstream, to retreat behind a gradually rising, calm surface, the story of the 100-ton zinc was officially etched into the minds of everyone here. It is not just a story of a great economic achievement, but also an immortal epic about the love and deep connection between people and their homeland river. A heroic testament that when willpower and profound hearts converge, there is no challenge of nature that humans cannot overcome and conquer. As the squadron of warships advanced towards the main stables, the entire riverside countryside erupted in cheers. From the distant shore, hundreds of villagers, traders, and relatives of the fishermen had already gathered. Long lines of refrigerated trucks stretched out, ready to receive the freshest seafood just harvested from the hydroelectric reservoir. The boisterous laughter, the shouts and calls, and the crisp sound of engines blended together to create a symphony of labor imbued with the essence and grandeur of the riverine region. On the ships, the sorting of fish was carried out with utmost urgency and efficiency. The strong, nimble hands of the workers and loaders swiftly moved heavy baskets of fish from the hold to the deck, then used each other's hands to climb over the makeshift ice and snow barrier. Under the brilliant golden afternoon sun, the muscular bodies of the laborers were drenched in sweat, but their eyes shone with joy. They knew that this 100-ton catch was not only a symbolic number representing technical success, but also a guaranteed income for a warm winter, money for their children to continue stealing to go to school, and a firm affirmation of the skill and experience of those who had dedicated their lives to the water. Quality control, experts at subsequent stations continuously record data, measure dimensions, and check the freshness of each batch. Professional experts in this harvesting process have identified the long-term vision of the fishing cooperative, where harvesting goes hand in hand with the sustainable protection of aquatic resources. There is no waste. All fish, from spotted carp to selected healthy grass carp and common carp, are produced according As the sun slowly set in the west, a brilliant red wind illuminated the horizon, casting a golden yellow hue over the lake's surface. Life at the Owl Farm began to slow down after a day of intense work. The last trucks, fully loaded with goods, roared to life and rolled to the dock, carrying the river's precious produce to all corners of the land. On the boats, the fishermen finally finished cleaning their fishing gear. They sat silently together on the spacious deck, raising warm cups of tea amidst the afternoon breeze and the swirling mud from the butterfly-shaped lake. Stories of the historic night of hauling in hundreds of tons of fish were recounted, each time with renewed excitement and pride. The family atmosphere and close camaraderie, forged through hardships and challenges, stirred the waves of the water. The higher fishing rate, while profitable, opens up a promising new program for the local fishing community. It demonstrates the power of human will, enhances understanding of natural laws, and promotes legitimate wealth creation in their homeland. The mother river continues its journey downstream, carrying fertile silt for successive bountiful harvests, forever etching the story of these unsung heroes amidst ordinary life. As night once again settled, casting a dark velvet veil over the entire landscape of mountains and the butterfly-shaped lake, a profound silence prevailed, as if reusing the space itself. Yet, behind this tranquil facade, the rhythm of life for the construction workers and their machinery was never truly still. At the campfire, on the shore, the oil lamps and the light from the connected electric bulbs powered by a backup generator illuminated faces still bearing traces. In the warmth of a communal dinner, the elderly master craftsman began recounting old stories, legends about the river before it was dammed to create a hydroelectric reservoir, about the fishing nets of their forefathers that only caught a handful of large fish. How could they ever dream of the numbers they have today? Technology has changed, scale has expanded, but one crucial change remains unproven: the reverence and unwavering loyalty between people and the water. Outside, the lake breeze blew, carrying cool, damp air and the gentle lapping of waves against the boat sides, like a soothing lullaby of nature. Looking out into the distance, the deep, dark water shimmered with the golden moonlight, a breathtaking sight. This setting created a profound beauty. Reflecting the human connection with the water, there were victories, there were dangers, but the glory and joy of a bountiful harvest were always the greatest rewards.